excited just to see what God's going to do and how He's going to do it.
Right.
And by George, He's been doing it. But I've been excited about it because I know He's going. I knew He was going to do something.
Right.
But you don't know. I don't have the mind of the Lord.
Sure.
None of us do.
Sure.
How's He going to do this? And somehow or another, churches are still, He can't have them like it was, but the Word of God has still gone out
Right.
through other means and ways that we never thought would happen. Your billing for a Christian station is up. The preachers and evangelists and singers, I haven't heard any yet that's missed meals, and I mean, He's just doing amazing things.
Right. I was. It's amazing to me at how that preachers in this area that I have approached even numerous times about about sponsoring this or that, or having a program on Sundays or whatever, and was turned down flat. All of a sudden, please let me.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, and what I did. This is how it worked out. Whenever the pandemic first began back in March, I contacted our associational director and I said, look, a lot of people are doing donations and so forth. I said, we want to do our part. I said, any preacher that wants to carry his service live, I will do it free for 2 months.
Mm.
And within 3 or 4 days, I had Sunday completely filled.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of those 2 months, I sent them all an email and I said, from now on, if we'd love to having you on. If you'd like to continue, it's going to cost, this much. And I didn't really jack the price up at all. I gave them a good deal. And every single one of them,
What about that?
stayed. Because they've realized that not everybody in their congregation has access to Facebook, YouTube, whatever.
Yeah.
And I have members of my congregation that are not on Facebook. They don't have the internet, and they never will.
Yeah.
And but they do have a radio.
Yeah.
And so you're able to keep that group of your that particular part of your congregation in the loop.
Yeah.
So
good for you, man.
Yeah.
That's good. Like I said, daily manna.
Right.
How you doing this, Lord? Well,
Right.
Bang.
There you go.
Before it hit, that idea didn't come to you.
No.
Well, He placed that idea in your mind during this thing.
Actually, I can't take credit. It was my wife.
Okay. I should have known. Okay, that's funny right there. I should have known. Hey, man, let me say this, too. So I had no idea we were going to go on the air. Thank you for that.
Oh, yeah.
You are a great singer, man.
Oh, well, that is something that, I was on the road with my family until I was on the road for 25 years.
Yeah.
And I came off the road in 93, accepted the call to preach, and how I started back up singing again. Whenever I first answered the call to preach, I would almost get mad if somebody asked me to sing. I was like, I'm a preacher now. I don't sing. And then I used to have a fan club, and it consisted of I had a membership of one.
Uh-huh.
It was my grandmother.
Gotcha.
And godliest woman that ever lived, and she's the only person that's ever been allowed to call me Johnny on a consistent basis. But she said, Johnny, she said, I'm getting very, getting ill and getting sick, and I'm not going to be able to be at church every Sunday. So I need you to do a recording so I can listen to you when I want to during the week. And, when Mal Harris, a.k.a. E.F. Hutton, speaks, you listen. And Jeff had just finished a studio at his house. He's got a really, really, really nice recording studio in the upper floor of his house, and he needed a guinea pig. So I recorded a project really for her.
Okay.
And Shellum, I don't know if you know Shellum Klein or
not.
Yeah,
I do.
Shellum does a Saturday program on here called Local Artist Spotlight, where he features some of our local talent around this area. And Shellam sends out a disc to radio stations, and he said, "Let me send out one of your songs." And I said, "I've never told this on the air before, so
Well, I'm glad I asked.
I'm sure this is new for you guys." But I said, "Sure, knock yourself out." And so, what song do you want to release? I don't know. Listen to the CD. Tell me, whatever you think. So he put a song on his disc. Well, I forgot about it. Hand in the air, I forgot to even send it out. And I don't know, I guess a month or two later, I got a call from Rick at Singing News. And he said, "I need some information on your song." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because it's on the chart." I said, "What?"
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, man.
I said, "I have not."
You're legit.
I have not made one phone call. I've not sent out a T-shirt. I didn't even send out a pair of socks. I said, no promotion whatsoever. He said, "Well, it's charting," and I was like, "Okay." So,
yeah, man, your range and power. I saw I saw a YouTube clip of you at like Myrtle Beach. Was it Myrtle Beach?
Maybe,
one of the big,
yeah,
one of the big, big concerts. And you stepped up and just sang a song. I'm like, that's John Wisnick. And then the deeper you got into it, I said, "Dear Lord, John Wisnick."
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Wow.
And I don't know. It's like the Lord has really given me a new love, for singing.
Yeah.
And I've just made up my mind, if it's from behind the pulpit or singing a song or walking around with a sandwich board on, I just want to spread the gospel.
Yeah. Especially today, because these are the last. We're not in the last days. We're in the last ticks of the clock.
Right. Yeah, I'm doing a thing down in Taylorsville tomorrow night, an outdoor deal. So
good deal. Good for you.
I can't travel much. I mean, because of this, and of course I can't be gone on Sundays.
Right.
And so I'm very limited, but that's okay. I go when I can.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, I'm a supporter of singing preachers. Go get them, man.
Well, I came to listen to you, not talk all morning.
No, I
Go
just.
ahead,
Well,
brother.
again, I didn't. Yeah. I didn't know we were going to be on the air, but I wanted to take that opportunity. No kidding, man. You blew me away.
Well, I
and
appreciate it.
Wow.
Thanks a lot.
Wow. It was powerful vocal, and a great range, man. Way to go!
Thank
I
you.
was really impressed. But thank you for having me today. Again, I wasn't expecting this. I brought you a birthday cookie, which is what's in that sack right there. It's one of those great big old cookies.
I knew I felt the Holy Spirit.
Oh, it was all over the place here.
Wow, thanks a lot. That's awesome.
Some giveaways for the station,
Okay.
all that's in that bag.
All right.
So I just, again, the quartet's singing in Durham, and I thought, man, I'm coming right by here. Let me just say hey real quick.
I appreciate it.
So thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, that's great to have you. No doubt about it, for sure. I'll tell you what, if you've got a few minutes, it's about time for a feature that I have every morning on the Chick-fil-A Sunrise Show, and that is Morons in the News.
I want to hear that so long as I'm not featured in it.
Maybe you can. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get to our morons, but first of all, let's hear the Old Time Preachers Quartet with "I Sang Myself Happy." Talk about your release there, man. It's a good.
Well,
one.
man, I'm telling you, Rebecca Peck, Diane Wilkinson, they did what they do. They are great writers, number one. But I mean, that traditional quartet thing, Diane's made a pretty good career on that.
No doubt.
And so I don't know why they gave us such a great song, but they did, and we're thankful.
Oh, boy.
And, Bob Sellers, who sang with us for about a year, but he got super busy with his solo career. And we knew. I mean, when we started this, we said, I know you're going to be here a few months. Everything's good. And we'll try to help you if we can. And so, but anyway, he cut this record with us, and this is him singing the lead, and my Lord, what range this man has.
Here's the Old Time Preachers Quartet. I sang myself a happy. It's a Chick-fil-A Sunrise Show, AM 760 and FM 100.9.
Hello, my Facebook friends. I just jumped in live while we were doing this, so you had no idea what was going on. But hey to everybody, here I'm going to flip it around. This is John Wisnick. You've been hearing him talk, but we didn't introduce him there. I am in Morganton, North Carolina, and look at his shirt.
Yep.
Reagan Bush 84.
The good old days.
Boy, oh boy. Don't you wish that could happen again.
Ronaldus Magnus, the father of our country. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, so we're in Morganton here. Let me flip it around where you can see me again. Morganton, North Carolina, and we're at the station. He invited me to go on live, which wasn't expected, but is a blessing. And now he's playing the quartet. And then here in a minute, we're going to listen to about all the morons in the news. And this is probably a pretty long segment because there's a lot of morons in the news these days. But check out. Hey, let me flip this around. Tell folks. You have like streaming and all that kind of stuff. Tell them what's going on.
We're in the process of changing streaming services.
Okay.
So we're not streaming at this moment.
Okay.
Hopefully within the next week or two, all that'll be figured out.
Okay.
And, yeah, I've got my daughter on that. She's putting that master's degree to work,
Come on now.
So she's hopefully she'll have everything ironed out over the next week or two.
What's the website address?
WCIS-AM760.com.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good.
And you can access it through our Facebook page as
Okay,
well.
okay.
So, and there'll be a listen live button on the website.
Okay.
There is now, but it doesn't work. But it will be activated hopefully within the next week or two.
And so what time does morons in the news come on every day? So they will
about
want to
this
hit
time.
the stream about that time.
Usually about this time, about
Okay.
9:35, 9:40.
Eastern
like that.
time. Okay.
Yep,
All right.
Eastern time. Yep.
I like that clock up there. I'm a wall clock, advertising wall clock geek. I love American Pickers. You ever watch that?
Oh, that's one of my favorite
Yeah,
shows of all
yeah,
time.
yeah.
That one came out of, there's an old store in Glen Alpin, North Carolina, which is about a mile and a half from here. There was a store there called Hennessy Store that was there forever. And whenever he closed up, he gave that clock to my grandfather.
Wow,
And,
cool.
If
That's
I have
nice.
it plugged in, it works, and the light works, and everything.
Yeah,
It's-
okay.
It's still in perfect condition. Yeah, old man Hennessy gave that to my grandfather.
We are singing so high right there. You should have seen me in the studio. My eyeballs were popping out.
There's Brother Les Butler and the Old Time Preachers Quartet. I sang myself a happy. You're tuned to WCIS. Here we go.
Morons? Yeah, but we're organized. Amalgamated Association of Morons. Local 6 and 7/8. We are morons, tried and true, and we'll do our yell for you.
All righty, it is time for your daily dose of morons in the news. Weird news stories from around the globe. Our first one, we'll start off in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Adam Zerkst, age 27, has been arrested. A lady woke up in her house on Saturday in her second-story bedroom, and Mr. Adam Zerkst was standing there wearing a fedora and holding a Powerade. And she said, "Sir, you need to leave." He said, "Well, can I have the hat?" And then passed out drunk.
Oh, my word.
Of course, she called the police. They came and arrested him. He's been booked on counts of burglary, criminal trespass, misdemeanor counts of theft, and receiving stolen property. He was arraigned and in jail on a $25,000 bond. Can I keep the hat? Well, this is a story about a serial drug dealer, and not with an S, with a C. In Wilkes-Barre Township, police have seized a cache of drugs and wads of cash. They've arrested Waldo Poppy Gonzalez Alvarado for selling fentanyl and heroin. And how did they find him? Well, he had several boxes of Frosted Flakes stuffed with drugs. They found a large amount of heroin, fentanyl, and paraphernalia in boxes of Frosted Flakes. And, you know, I don't know whether Tony was hollering "they're great" or not, but I don't know about that. And we have one more story here from Lincoln, Nebraska. A man from Grand Island, Nebraska, has been arrested. He was sitting in the westbound lane of Highway 40, and police, they couldn't figure out why the car wasn't moving. They thought maybe it was broke down or something like that. Come to find out, the poor guy was passed out. Yeah, he was sitting there in the road, completely gone. The problem was he had about 3.2 grams of cocaine laying in his lap. So Khalif Blanco Vasquez, age 22, was arrested, and he is facing possession of a controlled substance with intent to deliver. No proof of financial responsibility. That means he had no insurance on his vehicle, and driving under license revocation, and no proof of ownership. So he's you know, they'll probably let those slide, because if they get him on the drug ones, he's going away forever. But you know, bottom line, if you are going to transport drugs, get plenty of rest. Because if you fall asleep in traffic, you're going to get in trouble. So there you go. Morons in the news for this Wednesday. Lighten up with Ken Davis on the way. Brother Les, it has been a joy to have you with us today. We hope that you'll get to come back real soon. It has just been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And again, happy birthday.
Hey, thanks.
And keep singing. And I've got my Facebook Live on. So if people want to go to my Facebook page, just go to Facebook and type in Les Butler. They can get behind the scenes here. And I'm showing people all of those Singing News Fan Awards you've won. Look at that, folks. Right there behind his face, all of those awards.
There's actually 5 more, but when we had our fire a few years ago, they burn up in the fire.
Oh, okay.
And I haven't been able to get them back, but that was really cool. That was a really cool thing. I kind of hate they quit doing that.
Oh, it was a mistake. That's a mistake that they quit that.
Thanks a bunch. I appreciate it. Lighten up with Ken Davis on the way. We're going to check your forecast. We've got your headlines coming up as well.
Well, Facebook friends, I'm going to sign off because I'm sure he needs to get back to work. And we've had a good time. And won't you share this with folks so they can see what's going on? And they, too, can hear all about the morons in the news. Oh, before I go, I do want to show you this, if you still got it. Yeah. Look here. This Chuck Norris thing is absolutely hilarious. If at first you don't succeed, you're not Chuck Norris. That's how it starts. And I'll give you just, let's see. Chuck Norris destroyed the periodic table because he only recognizes the element of surprise. And he's got a bunch of these Chuck Norris sayings, and so there you go. So when you go back and look at this, hit the pause button so you can read these. They're absolutely fantastic. But all right, John, I'm signing off. Thank you, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right, folks. See ya. We'll see you on the next go around.